Hey, what's up, man? What's up? I'm gonna turn it a bit around because I think this is the better side. What's up? I'm back here with a video. This video is gonna be called "Stay Away from Cockroaches." That was one of my mom's favorite sayings. Stay away from cockroaches, bro. Stay away from cockroaches. Stay away from cockroaches. Stay away from cockroaches. Let me explain what a cockroach is. A cockroach is someone who has a low level thinking, right? I live in Orlando, Florida, right? You know, where you might get someone that's a cockroach is like Deep in Mercy. Not everyone from there is a cockroach, but like Deep in Mercy, deep on Texas Ave, North Lane. Let's see. Damn near any hood in America, you'll get a lot of these, right? And this could be a second part to nigga fatigue, black fatigue, whatever, right? But I want to get into like the underbelly of what I'm really talking about when I'm talking about nigga fatigue or black fatigue or whatever. I don't think it's black fatigue. I think it's really nigga fatigue. We all know what the hell people are trying to say, right? I guess it started by white folks, and white folks feel like they can't say it. I think white people need to get their nuts back. Well, white dudes especially need to get their nuts back, and that'll make the whole world a better place because it'll force a lot of more people to get their nuts back. But yes, stay away from cockroaches. All right. So I'm gonna explain. Well, I think I already explained it. What the fuck am I doing? I'm talking over shit. So again, a cockroach is someone with a low level understanding of life and a low character. Alright, this is gonna be a story time. So, cockroach can come in all forms, shapes, and sizes, all ages, whatever. You know, some people don't grow up. Some people, stay in a certain mentality and never grow out of it. And it's sad, They say, you're supposed to wisen up with years, years pass. As years pass, you're supposed to wisen up. But a lot of people don't. Again, you can find these people in every hood in America. I'll say about a good 70% in every hood in America gonna have a whole bunch of cockroaches. I live in a fucking neighborhood and I could see the cockroaches outside. Right? But this is story time, right? So I'm just gonna say a very close person to me. I'm gonna name them Girl One, right? Girl One, very close person to me. Known this girl for years. So Girl One, right? Girl One called me the other night. She says, "Hey, Ruben, I'm in a bit of a situation, and it's just certain things just can't happen right now." I said, "Cool, great, right?" This girl says, right? So there was a girl that was staying with her, right? And I visited Girl One. I visited Girl One one day, right? And checked up on her, see what's going on with her, right? So, come to my surprise, there's another girl staying with her for a little bit or whatever. I asked her, I pulled her, so I was like, "What's up with her? Like, who's this?" She's like, "Yeah, it's a friend. She got displaced or whatever. Just using lack of a better term. She got displaced, and she's staying with me for a bit, right?" So I'm like, cool. Now you know me. I usually read people very easily on what type of person you are. I can tell if somebody got a nasty attitude, somebody just a nasty person, like you just nasty, like you a roach again, you a cockroach. I could tell from the jump, right? And I can have my fun with some I can have my fun with some cockroaches, but um, yeah, I do my best to stay away from them. But I saw this girl and I just read her up and down, like just looked, and I could see like the way she made her face, and like she tried to come off as like this fake um quiet person, but I could tell. I'm like, you got an attitude. You got an attitude. You nasty, right? But I ain't judging. I was like, you know what? I got faith in girl one to make the best decisions for her household, right? So let's say a few days after that, girl one calls me. She says, "Hey, I need help moving a couch into my apartment because this girl that's staying with me said, hey, like, as some type of payment, like some type of thing, you can keep this." This is all according to girl one, right? So I go over, I help, cool, whatever, right? Now after that, I talked to girl one, and she's telling me, hey, I have a family member that has to stay with me. So I'm like, okay, like just chit chatting, whatever, right? So girl one has a family member stay with her, right? So I'm like, damn, that's kind of difficult, right? Now, a few days after that, a little bit of time after that, girl one actually invites me out to Miami for a yacht. She had a yacht party. Cool, great. Now the thing about it is she left girl two at her house for a bit to go to Miami. Now girl two was supposed to show up at a certain time to make sure everybody ain't, late, everything cool, right? Girl two ends up showing up super late. And that was like another red flag. I'm like, hey, if you're staying in someone's house, they're doing you this favor, letting you stay in their house, and then they're inviting you out to be on a yacht. Hey, you need to be here at this certain time. If I had any type of gratitude, or if I wasn't entitled, I would show up about an hour earlier than what they told me. I wouldn't show up 2 hours later. This is what this person did. Showed up 2 hours later, and I was like, you know what? Another red flag. Now the whole time we on that yacht, I could tell this girl got an attitude. She just stank like everybody else having fun. She even got a sister that's there with her, and I probably think a family member, like another family member. Like I've talked to girl one, and that's I got the info. Everybody else having fun. Everybody cool. Everybody we drinking, we talking shit. We vibing, right? Now, again, girl two, she got an attitude. Um, Girl two got an attitude, right? And I'm just noticing it. Like again, I be peeping stuff. I don't say nothing. I don't react to it. I just move about my day. It's really not much of my business. I just peep it and store it away. All right. You get you use like a file, another paper put into a file, into a cabinet because I got a file on everybody, right? But so I'm noticing. I'm like, yeah, this girl is she's just a nasty individual. Like she just has a nasty attitude about her. But again, I ain't tripping. I enjoy my time. Um, Came back to Orlando where I live, and again, this was a few days ago. She told me this, but a few days later, now she's telling me this stuff. Right? She's telling me, hey, this girl's acting weird, and now that I told her, hey, you got to get out. Like she been told her, hey, like something's happening, you got to get out. Like I need you out. She says, hey, this girl told me, hey, I can stay by my dad, and she got her a new spot. Like she said, she can stay by her dad for a bit while things are getting settled. She says all of a sudden she asks, hey, can I get my couch back? They're trying to be spiteful. Now, me personally, I'll tell you, I've done some shit out of spite. Tripped out, but I usually calm down. All right. I don't take it too. Well, I've taken it too far sometimes, but I don't take it too far. Like I don't do too much. All right, especially out of spite. I'm not gonna do too much. Um, but girl one, she's like, yeah, this girl's tripping. Like, she's asking for the couch, and then she's trying to ask for certain things that she gave me. and she's trying to ask for it back, and it's like you already taken everything out of here. Why try to spin back and take this stuff? It's just out of spite. And that's something you gotta understand about cockroaches, bro. Cockroaches, they'll do a lot of shit out of spite, like a lot of shit. And they'll do a lot of shit because they angry. And I even told her, I was like, yeah, Shawty was trying to like overplay her hand. I look at life and dealing with people as like poker. You know that song "Poker Face" by Lady Gaga. You know, everybody trying to front. Everybody trying to front and act like they like this bigger person than they are for real. Ooh, my hair look messed up, bro. But they this better person than they really are. They try to put up a front, and some people ain't good at hiding it. Like damn, I say everybody does it. Like literally everybody does it. There's very few people on this earth that don't try to overdo it. I do it to an extent, but then I try to humble myself and be like, hey, no, you not all that, right? But what happened? What was I talking about? Let me sit up real quick. No. But yeah, everybody tries to. What I would say is what's the word? Not a concierge. What's that like front desk person that talks to you before you get inside for real, and you got to talk to people? They give you like a front desk representative. They give you their representative. Everybody gives you their representative. The representative tries to make things happen, like make things look like everything's going swell, everything's great, nothing's wrong. Um, so she had told me she was like, yeah, girl two said, she could stay by her dad's house and it's not a problem. But once the time came, she was like acting spiteful and like, yeah, can I get my stuff back? Can I get this back? Yada yada yada. And she said she ain't really like that. Um, and then she was like, no, I'm not giving you that shit back. Like, no, I'm not doing that shit, right? And girl two, she started tripping out, talking about something. I don't want to get like that with you. Now I know girl one, and I've seen her fight, and I've seen girl two, and I'm like, don't do that to yourself, girl. Please don't do that to yourself. That's not the smartest decision that you could make. I don't think you want to do that to yourself. All right. Um, but yeah, she started saying stuff like, "Oh, I don't want to have to take it there." Then starts talking about how she gonna call the police, yada yada yada. And girl one is like, "Yo, this girl is like at my house trying to knock on my door and she's not answering, and she just like get the fuck away from my house." I told her when I was like, "Yo, like call the police on her. I tell her that she's harassing you." I told her if you got text message proof, then she need to get the fuck away from you. If you got text message proof saying, "Hey, like I'm gonna give you this, I got you with this," then don't give it back, or just call the police and be like, "Yo, if she keep coming to your house, then I need y'all to get her or something, because this is crazy." And I had the schoolgirl one. I was like, "Yo, like you need to step your game up and watch who you hanging around," because I told her straight up, I was like, "You like bullshit, like you like fuckery. You like a whole bunch of bullshit in your life, and that's why you can't see yourself getting better people to hang around." And I told her I was how my mom was like, used to say, "Stay away from cockroaches. You gotta stay the fuck away from cockroaches. Are you a cockroach yourself? I don't see that in you, but you're not showing me that you don't hang around cockroaches." People, I'm trying to tell you, this world would be a better place. And this is just for dudes right here. This world would be a better place if you stop giving cockroaches affirmation. If they don't feel like, again, this is all got to do with like nigga shit, black fatigue, whatever. If you stop giving these people like the thought that their actions are good, they will tighten up. These people don't grow because you're not scolding them. You're not telling them, "Hey, I don't approve of this." So when they got black folks, or not even black folks, because cockroaches come in all forms, shapes, sizes, skin colors, when they got people of higher esteem telling them, "Oh, everything's okay. What you doing is okay," they're not gonna grow. And then them people of higher esteem subconsciously gonna be doing cockroach ass shit, and then they child gonna become a fucking cockroach, and then they're gonna be wondering, how did my son or daughter become a cockroach, and we gave him this great ass life, yada yada yada. How the fuck? How did this happen? Oh my, we're so confused. Like, bro, when I have kids, I, I be seeing where my mom be coming from. Wait, how she raised me. I see it now. I be starting to see it slowly and slowly. I be seeing it. Like, I gotta give that woman her flowers because she did a great job. I believe she did a great job. Um, this is just a story time. Like, yo, stay away from cockroaches, bro. Stay away from cockroaches because you can lay your hand out and try to help them, and you can label them cockroaches, hood rats, whatever. They gonna bite the hand that try to feed them, bite the hand that try to help them. Be like a crab, try to pull the hand down that try to help them instead of just being helped up. They gonna try to pull you back into the BS, and then here you go having to deal with certain shit. And I told girl one, I was like, yo, you a certain age, like you too old for that shit. You too old to be dealing with that shit. I was like, you need to cut everybody in that situation off. Go about your own way. Do a better job to this, what's the word, to hire what you got going on, like build what you got going on, and get the fuck away from people, like certain type of people. Get the fuck away from certain type of people. If they not bringing no real value to your life, or if they're not uplifting you, what's the point of them being there? Again, I could tell girl two from the jump had a nasty attitude. Like, she just was not the type of person you really want to be around. Not because she ain't fun, but just like she's not gonna bring no type of value to your life. Like, she's not gonna. You know what the type of people I'm talking about? Just hood radish, like just nasty, just vindictive or whatever. I could tell this. Just look like I think I said hey to this girl. I was like, hey, how are you doing? Good afternoon. And the way she swung her head, I was like, ooh. I was like, Lord, I seen that shit coming down the pipe. Like, I seen that shit. And I could tell you another situation. It's a dude I knew from work, from back when I used to work at a certain spot, right? And he was cool, right? We was cool until we were cool until a certain situation popped off, and I seen him choose sides, and I was like, oh, you fucking with dude? Great, all right, fuck you. I ain't that cool with you no more, all right? But after a while, I think I saw him or he had saw me. One of us added each other on Facebook, right? And you know, he'll just respond to a story. I'll respond to one of his stories. Then we end up linking up and stuff. We doing what we doing. No gay shit. I just don't want to expose the whole story. But we do what we do. We coolin', we chillin'. But he starts asking for money, and I'm gonna put this back, right. See, I'm a better person than most people would probably think, especially on the internet, because you just be seeing me talking shit. I'm a kind person in general. Like in real life, I really am a kind person. But I just think a lot of shit is stupid that we be doing in this world, and I gotta say something. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. Oh well, if you're offended, I don't give a fuck. Right? I'm a kind person in real life. I'll do what I gotta do to make sure you straight. If I have I don't mind it. I really don't mind it, right? But hey, I don't even got problems with Buddy. I don't have problems with it. I'm gonna tell this story. I don't got problems with him, but I'm just gonna tell the story, right? So he starts asking me for like a little bit of money, little something. It'll be like $10. Like, hey yo, I'm in a situation. You mind sending me $10? I'll pay you back such and such time. Cool. As long as you pay me back, I do not give a fuck. Right? I don't care. All right. Now, I'm the type of person if you keep asking me for stuff, I'm gonna purposely say no, and I could have it. I could be well off. I'm gonna purposely say no because one, I don't want you getting comfortable coming to ask me for stuff. I don't like that. I don't like people getting comfortable around me. Don't get comfortable with me asking me for stuff. Don't do that because I'm pretty sure you got other people that you can ask. Don't come bothering me about that shit if you don't have to. I want to be the last person you have to ask, right? But start asking me for a little bit of money, and I was like, cool, as long as you pay me back, right? Sometimes I'll say no, right? Whatever, right? But I started realizing something. Like he started asking for stuff on like Cash App, whatever. Like I'm like, I don't know what his plan was, but I just said no every time he would ask me for something like on Cash App, or he was like, oh yo, can you do something for me on Cash App? And I'm like, nah, because it feel like you trying to do something like scammy. Like you could read somebody and tell they be trying to scam niggas and shit. But he one of them types, right? But yeah, and I started like drawing back from him. I'm like, I don't even like where this is going. I feel like you're trying to do something. I feel like you're trying to do something. If I feel like you're trying to do something, I'm backing off, right? But yeah, like slowly after I started saying no more, I realized he was like backing off of me. Like he ain't trying to. I ain't ask him because usually he'll ask, or I'll be like, "Hey, you trying to do such and such and such?" And be like, "Yeah, yeah, da da." But one time too, this is like a part of being comfortable. I don't like people thinking they gonna get comfortable with me because I'm gonna just stop it right then and there, and then because if you're understanding what I'm saying, artists, I like to stop stuff early before you get too comfortable. But because back in the day, right, I used to get in a lot of fights with like friends, right? Because what I've realized is that people take kindness for weakness, especially cockroaches, especially cockroaches. Cockroaches take kindness for weakness, right? So that you'll be just chilling, being yourself, just just trying to vibe out, just trying to fucking enjoy life. You're just trying to enjoy life. You're trying to move with the wind, just move and be graceful, whatever. And it's always somebody, right? They gotta just think you sweet. Just they just think you sweet. Since you not be doing this over tough shit. Cause I've never been the type to be like over tough. Them over tough niggas that be mean mugging, or gotta say how tough they are, yada yada yada. I've done this, I've done that. Just always in a bad attitude, just bad attitude, right? And I got a video on how hood niggas ain't tough. I made a video, but I realized I was saying too much names, and I was gonna offend some people of both genders. Like this one tall, ugly chick. I think I said her name because I realized she had like somebody's photo, and I was like, damn, that's actually her name. Like, let me not, let me not say this girl name. But I got a video about how hood niggas really not that tough. Coming soon. But yeah, cockroaches, they'll take your kindness for weakness. And I used to get in fights with like a lot of friends, so-called friends, because they'll just like be trying to push it, be trying to push your boundaries, push your boundaries, push your boundaries. And then when you be like, look, stop, and you gotta, do what you gotta do. Then it's like, you gotta fight. Sometimes you gotta fight people to get them to realize, hey yo, just stop with that bullshit. Stop with the bullshit. I'm over here trying to enjoy life. Oh shoot, I'm trying to enjoy life. I'm a funny person, especially in real life. And you just on some negative shit. Like you just being ultra fucking stupid. You being ultra stupid. And I don't really care for that shit. Sometimes you gotta fight some folks. You gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta just tell some people, hey bro, I see what you're doing. Let's stop. That's like the first option. My problem back in the day is sometimes I wouldn't stop it enough. I wouldn't stop it quick enough to where, you know, I avoided that. And some of the friends that I fought from back in the day, you know, we're cool. Like I got great love for them, right? But yeah, that used to be my problem. I didn't stop the shit from like the jump, and people got too comfortable. Can't never let nobody get too comfortable. But What was I saying? Yeah, like I realized dude started stepping back, and I was like, huh, like what was this nigga trying to do? Um, but I don't think I finished that story. Let me see. I'm trying to think. He stepped back, yada yada yada. But oh yeah, then he one time he asked me for some money, I just gave it to him, and I would say this: you know when you gotta pay somebody back, and it was something very little. Like I ain't even care. It's like literally, it's like 50 cents to me, right? And I just gave it to him. I was just like, you know what? I ain't even gonna ask for it back. I'm gonna see if he pays me back. He ain't never paid me back, right? I was like, cool. That's somebody just basically, um, somebody basically just told me who they are without telling me who they are. Cause you know when you gotta pay somebody back, even if it's little amount. If it's a little amount, you know when you gotta pay somebody back. You know you owe. Everybody in this world, you could look at somebody and be like, oh shit, I owe him a few dollars or whatever. Again, it was small. I don't really care. Now, if he just needed it and he couldn't pay me back, then he could have just said, hey, I need this, but I don't think I could pay you back. But oh yeah, also this is also the whole getting comfortable shit. One time we was doing what we doing, right? And he had some homeboys there, and I was like, okay, like we did what we did, but at the end of it, he had said something that like not it threw me off, but not really. But I'm like looking at him like, bro, don't play that game, right? So after we was done doing what we doing, right? He looked at me. He was sitting on the ground. I was standing up. I was like, yo, you ready to go? Or I was saying like I was about to go home, right? And I asked him, I was like, yo, are they gonna take you home or whatever? He was like, I don't think so. Then like 10 minutes had passed. I think we had did something. We all did whatever, right? And he said he looked at me. He stopped looking at me. He said, take me home. I just looked at him like I looked at him for a quick second, like this face that I got on right now. I just looked at him while he's sitting down. I'm like, I said, huh? What'd you say? He said, can you take me home? I think he said, do you mind giving me a ride or something like that, right? And it's just like little stuff like that. You gotta pick up on from the jump and be like, you'll avoid shit like that first situation that I told you about. Cause I'm pretty sure girl one saw the signs. She told me she saw some signs, and I was like, if you saw those signs, why didn't you avoid it by telling this girl I really don't have the space for you to stay with me? If you saw the signs, man, you just gotta be like, hey, bro, be cutthroat. The world is cutthroat. I don't care, and I don't even think that's just cutthroat. You just gotta protect your peace. Protect your peace, bro. I'm so big on protecting peace. I would, I would go through so much struggles just to protect my peace, man. I like to live a peaceful life. Now, sometimes I like to be, on the edge. Not on the edge, but like, what's the word? What's the phrase? Like, I guess on the edge, kind of like I don't know what's about to happen next, because it gives me like a shock factor of like, okay, let me wake up. Because sometimes I'll be just breezing through life. I'll just be going, whatever. La di da di da, whatever. That's why I try to make my life. I try to as calm as possible. But sometimes I like that little factor of let me tighten up. Let me actually be aware of what's going on. Um, but yeah, that's really it, man. Stay away from cockroaches. As my mom would say, stay away from cockroaches. You let one roach in, two roaches in, you gonna have oh shit. You gonna have an infestation. You're gonna have an infestation. Some of y'all that ain't roaches, ain't no cockroaches. Y'all got some family members that's some cockroaches. Y'all know it. You know it. You be like, this motherfucking ghetto just dumb as fuck. Dumb as rocks. Just slow as hell. You know when you got a fucking roach in your family. I got a few. I don't say they got a better mentality than a lot of people. But I'll say I could look at some family members and be like, you got a fucking roach ass mindset. Just a little bit. I kind of got it just a little, just a little smidget, just a little something, just as small as my eyelash. But I don't have a super roach mindset. So again, do as my mom used to say: stay away from cockroaches slash hoodrats. You let one or two in, you will get an infestation. Okay? Have a good day.